Today's sponsor merch is Go Far Clothing. That's right, y'all know what it is. Pop your collar with me, spend $1 with me. We on the Fargo Show, the Fargo podcast where I do interviews, stories, and blogs. Let's go! That's right. This story I get into today, we back down to just with it, right? 46th Street, Mill Creek Projects. Let's go. But this story I'm going to tell today is definitely about a legend from down there, you know. Was passed away when he was real, you know, we was kids, basically when he passed, but he was very known in the hood, you know what I mean? Respected. Everybody respected my man Buzz. Shout out Buzz, long live you. But he was the one that really stamped us to really come down there with us, you know what I mean, or whatever, down to, well, we was able to come hang in the projects because of him, and I'm going to tell y'all that story. But before I tell you the story, I'm going to tell y'all how I knew about Buzz. Like I said, I went to school with my best friend to this day, my man Fatim Bond, F-O-U-T, double O. Let's go. And by me knowing Faut or whatever, my man JP, I was introduced to, well, we all met together, you know, in school and shit. We was like, you know, fucking running to school. We was terrorizing and shit. So we all got cool, you know what I mean? But JP and Faut was from down the Jets, and I hung down 49th Street. You know, 49th and Hoops, Funston Street. I hung with all them brothers up there, whatever. But me and Faut got tight in school, and JP. But me and Faut got a little closer, you know, no Diddy, pause. But, yeah, and, you know, we was able to go down there because of Buzz. One day we was down there or whatever, and we was at the playground, Tiffany, you know what I mean, Recreational Center. Tiffany Fletcher Recreational Center. But, yeah. We was all hanging down there because that was like, you know, everybody come down there and play ball. And there was some nice hoopers down there. Niggas could have went to the, you know what I mean, NBA and all that shit. Some niggas did make it to college, you know what I'm saying, made it, you know, far as they can go or whatever. Niggas still nice at this age, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I wasn't never like no hoop or whatever. You know, we played football back in the day. But when my man Ryan had passed away, basically, you know, we was lost, so we used to go down to Mill Creek, but this after he died. But before then, how we was able to go down there because, all right, like I said, I knew JP and I knew Foul from school. So it was like I kind of knew Tough, like, and Buzz and all of them because the stories that Foul used to tell me. So when I met these brothers, it's like I already knew them or whatever, especially Styles, my man Tough. Me and Tough met in, what was that? Salisbury, yeah. We met in Burger. We was in the same class. And that's when, you know, me and him got tight, all of us. You feel me? And, you know, niggas fuck with me. Even though I was from 49th Street, them niggas still fuck with me, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They ain't never say nothing. Even to this day, them niggas ain't never say, well, oh, damn, you hood hop. You came down. Certain niggas that don't really know the history that I have with these brothers from down there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's my hood, you feel me? But at the end of the day, let me get back to the story. I don't want to lose topic, right? So we was able to go down there because of Buzz. Basically because, like I said, I knew Tough. That's Sal. You know what I mean? I knew Tough from school. We got cool. And already knew JP, already knew Faut, already knew Jig, Y, G's. So it was like a couple people that I knew from school, from down the projects or whatever. But mainly the project school was locked or whatever. They, you know what I mean? But some people went to Burger or whatever, like JP.
He went to James Rose with us too.
They was best friends too. You know what I mean? My man, I mean, long live my man JP, man. Rest in peace, JP. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Sal. Yeah, but yeah. And so I was already stamped or whatever. But Ryan, you know, Ryan ain't really, you know, I don't know, because, like, basically that's 46. So I guess they probably see each other going tomorrow. Whatever. Our hood small. You gonna bump heads. You know what I'm saying? 46th Street, 49th Street, the bottom, 52nd Street, all that shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna see somebody, you know what I mean? Right. But long story long, so we down there and shit. I forgot what we was down there doing. I think we was just hanging out and shit, hanging out in the playground or whatever, chilling. So I knew Tough from school or whatever. And I think Buzz knew Nose because he was asking Ryan about his brother or whatever. You know what I mean? Asking was that his brother or whatever. I don't know. I guess they rumble before, whatever. I don't know, but yeah, Buzz was like he was like one of the, you know what I mean, realest niggas from the hood. Like everybody respect him. So I think he was like, yo, he had Ryan and Tough start slap boxing. You know, Tough set it up like, all right, you got heart or whatever. They basically, yeah. So he set it up. He saying Ryan got heart or whatever. Like, so let me tell y'all about the slap box. So they out there getting it in. You know what I'm saying? They tagging each other. That shit going down, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Somehow I don't know what happened, but Ryan just started throwing punches or whatever. And Tough was like, a little heated. So Buzz jumped in there and was like, ho, he stopped it or whatever. You know what I mean? And then from there, we became cool. Buzz was like, you know what? He called Ryan Jughead. I don't know where he get that name from, but every time he seen Ryan, he would call him Jughead or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the reason why we was able to come down to projects for real. Not like that, like we was scared of nothing, but Buzz had stamped us though, you know what I'm saying? And from there, I took a liking to Buzz or whatever. I didn't really know him that much, but I just seen him in the neighborhood, whatever. And I heard, a lot of good things about him or whatever. I ain't gonna really get into how he passed away and all that, whatever, but he was definitely a legend in the hood, man. You feel me? Shout out to everybody down the projects. Shout out to everybody down West Philly, period, man. Let's go! Long live Buzz. And yeah, anybody from 46th Street that got a story or buzz that want to come on the platform and tell it, you can reach out to me. Y'all know what to do. Holler at me. Let's go! 46th Street for life.